Hello, 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 and welcome to yet another episode of the Conversation Capital. As you can see, Zama decided she wants to get herself a head start on my makeup. So we're already doing that. Hi Zama, how are you? I'm awesome, thank you. So Zama's our makeup artist for today. Can I makeup artist today? So Bonga, how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. And how are you?
I'm awesome, thank you. Awesome, thank you so much. So how's Asante?
Asante is good. Asante is growing.
What are the questions that we have so far?
Wait, which questions? Comments
and questions.
Okay, kina neka Asante.
What are you thinking? I can't focus because
Makeup levels. Okay, so the first screenshot is from quite a old episode of ours, but people are watching our content, new, old, so that's always
we
great.
hit over 1 million views on our channel since it started.
Lereku is the person who told me.
Oh, guys.
Right? So this person says, I'm currently experiencing divorce at retirement age. I'm a pensioner, no income, no settlement, nothing except for being told I divorced you and you didn't consent. I became numb.
There are comments that seldom make it to the WhatsApp group that we have, but this was one of them. Given sent it and he said, this is heartbreaking, I believe he said. Hi, Giv. I didn't greet you. Sorry, Giv. Hi,
he's
Giv.
not mic'd up.
Yeah,
so
he's not mic'd up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just definitely, and it made me wonder what's worse, getting divorced at a young age or getting divorced like she's saying. She's a pensioner. She's got no settlement. She's got nothing. And the only thing she was told is, don't contest or something along those lines.
You didn't contest.
Yeah.
I became numb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's worse? Getting divorced young or getting divorced old? I think getting divorced old because...
Yeah, I was about to say the same because when you're young, so much can still happen. Not that when you're older, nothing can happen, but you have much more. But we hope.
You know which part I'm like conflicted with? I'm conflicted with how much of like, you know, once you've broken up, it's like people want to cling to, oh, I wasted my time. Instead of like, I had a human experience.
That was an experience. And it's okay.
Was, you know,
here's another experience.
You can't tell me that you wasted all 50 years of your marriage.
There's a popular lady, I think it's Cici, who dated Saifo for a long time. And in a podcast I was watching, she said that, she's like, it wasn't a waste of time. Like, we were dating, we were not dating to get somewhere. In that moment, we were dating and we enjoyed it and it ended. I don't look back and think that is time wasted. And for a lot of us, that is a very different view. For a lot of people. Because we think maybe the end for a relationship should always be marriage. And when if it's not marriage,
till death do us part,
yes, and if it's not either of those, we think it's a waste.
Your time.
When really I think all of us can look back to experiences, relationships, anything.
You went to
and
Paris,
you took something.
You went to China, you laughed, you had fun. So yeah, there was that part to say. Now is it to say, oh, she wasted her whole life being married to this man? Not really, you know.
I think for me, I'm thinking of it in the, I get what you're saying, but I'm also thinking about it in more the material sense. You know, retirement age, prospects of getting a new job, picking up your life again, all of that.
Absolutely.
So on that front, it looks scary.
Especially, because she's saying she's got nothing.
Yes.
She's got no settlement, she's got nothing. In that sense, I agree. Because like I'm 17.
Yeah. But then who's to say the young person who goes through something similar will live a long life? You know?
True.
Right? Hey. So yeah, I don't think there's a better time to experience anything, honestly. And now that season of my life is over, I can talk about it. But for example, retrenchment happened for me in my first job. Is retrenchment
over for you? Is retrenchment over? What's that?
No, I can't have a different season.
Oh, okay.
Actually retrenched.
Oh, okay.
A South African citizen.
Okay, yes.
So I'm thinking to myself, it felt horrible that my first serious job ended like that, right? It felt like I'm too young. I'm too young. But who should it happen to?
Yes.
The older person is thinking, when people look at me, they think you have better prospects of getting a new job. You have better prospects of doing this. You have. I'm looking at the older person. I'm like, oh, your package was much bigger.
This is just early retirement for you,
exactly.
if anything. Yeah,
so nothing really. All of us have our individual experiences. And then on the episode, why do we reject African traditional weddings? According to Lee says, anything African is about instinct. Cultures have beautiful aspects about them, but they shouldn't be forced, or else they become inauthentic and breed bad energy in general. Joy and peace when celebrating or doing any event that involves family will always carry into legacy, not some fixed, documented, undocumented, or ancestral tradition that doesn't feed into peace. I like that.
I also really liked this comment. And it went back to that thing we were chatting about lobola and stuff. And I was like, my issue with following traditional things too much is that people just go on, and what he's saying, it goes on instinct, and then somebody wants to make their instinct Bible truth. I'm using Bible truth, which is a funny oxymoron right now to use, but people want to make it Bible truth when which like he's saying, African, usually culture goes on instinct.
I really like the part where he speaks about joy and peace being the central theme, of everything. And in my family, there are certain traditions where we've altered, like maybe, for example, I was not married when I got pregnant. I was not married when I got pregnant with Asante. So obviously the damage is processed. But that was presented to be very different because I told my dad the amount. And my dad was amenable to that. So the fact we prioritize peace, joy. So we are doing this, but for the better, for the reasons of achieving peace, not because we're solely following tradition at the cost of someone else. The couple is happy, the parents are happy, The main thing is that two families have done a process and they are both happy,
Yeah, and just I hear you, centering the whole event around
peace
and
joy,
love and joy.
Yeah. I loved this comment. It was on the episode we had with,
because we center these things around umthetho awuvumi.
Exactly. And at the end of the day,
that becomes the center of these things.
My uncle likes my uncle Halo represents anyone in any process. One of the things he emphasizes is that hari is bana. Bana batabi, and that's the most important thing for him. And it's also nice to have people like that, And this comment is on the episode of DJs Buu. This was the best interviews Buu has ever done. I watched the Hustler's Corner and other interviews he does, but geez, this was different. The growth is different. The wisdom is different. He is really kind and chilled. I finally understand what they mean by life starts at 40. He has gone through enough to teach us so much. Luckily for us, we can go faster from the lessons. Yeah.
I also got quite a few DMs around just the vulnerability in that episode, and it was just a human conversation. Yeah. At some point, we even forgot the cameras went off like 3 times. That's how much we were just vibing throughout that thing. We were just vibing, and it was such a, everybody really read that interview very well.
What I like about this is how we get to reflect off of other people's lessons.
Yes,
you know how you said cheat code almost.
Yes.
You know how you said no one ever tells you to be unkind.
Yes. Yes.
So that little thing someone has taken and has said, actually, at maybe 21 or 19, where we are still going through life, don't care type of attitude.
It's just like Mamuruti Khopedi's episode. Somebody said, I haven't experienced grief yet, but I feel like I've learned so much and I'll be able to reflect at the time that I need to on this. So that cheat code that you're talking about, watching something and being like, oh, I haven't gone through this, but and I can get something from this.
You're gonna love this. I don't have the particular name of the episode, but the person says TTCC is pro men. Like every second episode, there is men are not given this or that, but that is not a bad thing.
I am gonna love it.
I know. And not because you are pro men, but you feel I know there's something you're passionate about, about giving men space.
Yes.
And although our audience is predominantly women, but it's awesome to see who we are,
Because I feel that it's perfect that it's predominantly women, because it's actually women that we need to talk to.
True.
You know what I mean?
That perpetuates some of these things.
But can I just say, because I know that's Jean Sophia. Sophia Jean.
Yes.
she's been commenting. I want to give you a shout out. I already commented back to one of them, like, we see you, girl. Like, every day she watches at least 2 or 3, and she comments at least on each episode that she watches. And I was like,
That's
because
so
at
cool.
first I saw her popping up as almost like a Zami or Nosy. Yeah. The ones that are, commenters. And then now I was like, okay, we've got like a common commenter now. She's going back to like very first episode. So shout out to you.
I just bumped into you guys and I'm enjoying it.
Shout out to you. I will say though, TCC, pro men, pro human.
Yes.
TCC is pro human, right?
Yes.
So we speak for women's rights, we speak for men's rights, we speak for just equality overall and just getting a duality to the story. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. And then on the art of keeping your cool as a public figure, the same episode at DJs Buu, this person says, I am from Benin Republic, where the official language is French. I woke up this morning as I told myself to daily practice listening through podcasts to foster my English. I got to one of your podcasts titled Improving Your Speaking Ability Can Positively Impact Your Career with Vanessa. That I enjoyed very much and learned a lot from. Now I go to the second video and I'm like, I want to view them all. I mean, the content is very detailed and I can tell I'm improving my English level and at the same time learning how to deal with real life stuff. See, I love your contents and looking forward to learn more from your podcast. I think it's so awesome, like the fact that
how now, brown cow? I love that comment. I was just like, this impagela pressure though. Now we've got to
so much.
use words like rhetorical.
There's so much from here.
Vanessa's also French.
Yes. Yeah, so the public speaking episode that you watched, that girl is French, Vanessa Bukasa. Yeah. But it was very nice. I also like that.
It's the fact that you're learning a new language through our content,
Yeah.
but you're also learning about real life issues through our content.
Absolutely.
I feel like that's so awesome.
And somebody even put up a whole clip, cutting clips of like somewhere I was talking as like a case study on how to do public speaking. And then I loved what they said at the end, showed that they had really done their research. They were like, but the most important thing is to remember that Ursula's a voiceover artist, a lecturer, and I can't remember something else. So, or hosts TTCC. And he was like, so she's put in her hours. So I really like that, not like, you just wake up speaking well. But when I saw that and I was just like, oh my gosh, we think we're like hanging out and chatting, but people are like learning even how to articulate themselves better, which really, it humbled me like a lot. Yeah.
And then Ayanda says, it's how Sibongile, this is on the episode with Sibongile where we were chatting about Prosper's condition. It's how Sibongile shares her motherhood journey boldly with a full smile on her face. Brave and wonderful mother. My son is 14 years now, diagnosed with autism and ADHD as well as Steven Johnson syndrome. I can relate to everything Sibongile shared. She's a very loving mother. I would like to be in contact with her. I'm listening. I'm crying as I am listening to this episode. And I think, this resonated with you and I, and Given, with her strength.
Absolutely.
No,
yeah.
What I loved more about this episode, though, was people feeling seen.
Yes.
Yes. I really loved that.
Yeah.
And even my mother was reflecting about it. We must be very patient. If there's a baby doing certain things, you don't know the reasons behind that.
Guys, if you haven't seen that episode, go check it out. Sis Bongile is just telling her story of her child with not ADHD, autism. And it's one of those, like you're saying, the lesson of like just being patient in public when people are if somebody's child is having a meltdown or something. Not this nonsense.
And then this was someone's status. I can't remember, but I thought it would be an interesting thing for you and I to chat about, or Given, really. I wish she was mic'd up. And like this person says, and like, what qualifies one to be a single parent? Is it because the other parent is no longer in the picture, either a deadbeat or the relationship ended and suddenly you become a single parent? Are you still a single parent? God, or you have a partner or a family to support you? Please, but the term is just interesting sometimes. I found this to be so amazing. Not amazing, interesting. To say, for example, I don't live with my partner, or he's not around to be with me, but do I qualify as being a single parent? Because also, besides him existing, being in the picture, I have my mother and my sister and my nephew. I have so much support around me.
Yes.
Are you?
When I saw that status, I thought, what qualifies somebody to be a single parent is the parent. What qualifies somebody to be a single parent is the parent, the mom. If a woman says I'm a single parent, we can't argue with her.
That is so true.
It means she feels single.
I like that.
Meaning that if she's married and her husband is not helping and she says I'm a single parent, then she's a single parent.
Sure.
She's the one that qualifies herself as a single parent or not. Would you qualify yourself as a single parent? You see?
No, I'm saying I wouldn't qualify myself as a single parent.
I know you wouldn't, yeah.
But some of the times you feel like it, right? Because you're alone, you're the primary caregiver. And not because the other person is not showing up or anything, but because everything's just on you and that feels heavy. But someone else who's not open-minded would think I'm being crazy by saying that, you know?
Yes.
But I found I like that about you. Like, you don't have to be in a situation to think openly about it. I did not have that assessment, and I'm a mother. That is an awesome assessment that you made. So, Ursula, something interesting that has been doing the rounds on social media. It's a status by Namhla Black.
Sorry, that one of the single parent mom, did you mention who said that?
No,
Yeah,
and the person screenshot.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't get the name?
No, I screenshotted it on someone on my WhatsApp status.
Oh, okay.
Someone on my contacts.
TTCC.
Or Instagram. I really can't remember. But it's definitely not of our YouTube or something. So Namhla Black, this happened on Facebook. Namhla Black posted a status saying, my daughter is not responsible for taking care of my house. It is my duty to look after her, so I provide her with a clean home. She just needs to make sure her room is clean and she picks up after herself. People, and then she references the reaction here, people on TikTok. She says, what if you all die? Who will look after a child who can't clean? You know? And then Mandy Ndlangisa responds to it saying, unrelated but related. On my channel, I was attacked because I said my 15-year-old daughter cooks and cleans when she feels like it. Mina, I take care of the kids and the household. Lapo, people attacking me are cooking, are cleaning and washing grown men's underwear. How is me taking care of the kid that I brought into the world an issue, but you guys take care of grown men called your husbands? I found that conversation to be interesting, where people feel like there are parents out there who feel like
that feel like, no, please continue. It's just a drilling noise. I don't know if we're continuing talking. Should we continue? Okay.
Yeah, given said we must continue. The fact that there are parents out there do not feel like their kids have to go above and beyond in terms of taking care of the house. My parents are the same. Honestly, I didn't grow up having to like come back from school, do this, do that, or when it was always somehow taken care of. And the point I want to speak to is that it doesn't take away from the fact that I know how to do these things. Like I went to varsity, like I was given chores here and there, but it wasn't like must, you know, and it didn't make me incapable of performing these tasks when I was living independently at school, you know. So the reaction on social media where these mothers are getting is that you're making your child dependent on other people, you're making your child lazy, etc. But I'm here to say that is not always the case. You don't turn out to be lazy around taking care of your space because you weren't given those duties. You can still be taught those skills, but it's not an immediate expectation. You know,
I'll tell you my personal story was we were given like, you need to wash your own socks, you need to polish your own shoes, and then take care of your like dishes with lunch, your own things, and your bedroom. And then the bigger things like the skirt were done for you. And then as we grew older, it was okay, now you need to wash the dishes of the household. So after dinner, it would be between me and my brother, one was washing, one was drying and packing, and we alternated like that. So we had bouts of responsibility, but it didn't overpower what we needed to do, either whether it was studying or just playing and being a kid. But I will tell you, when I got to boarding school, it levels up because now you need to do your own laundry and by hand. That was the boarding school I went to. And I remember the one time, it was exam time, and I called my mom. It was actually the first time I called my mom. I was having a complete meltdown because I know that I'm domesticated because I wash my socks, I polish my shoes, and I clean up my bedroom. So I'm a domesticated young girl.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, it's exam time. I had lots of clothes, so I hardly washed the clothes unless I was going home to go use a washing machine to wash the clothes. And clothes are piling up because I'm not going home because it's exam time. And I realized, damn, I need to do my laundry. I'm running out of, uniform and clothes. And when I look at my laundry, and I don't know how to say what's more important and, what should I wash first? I get up in the morning and the washing lines are full. People wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning to make sure they get washing line space. And you have to queue for the basins to wash your laundry. And this is stuff that I haven't experienced yet because firstly, my parents were picking me up every other weekend. So I was super spoiled. Secondly, I was using a washing machine when I went home anyway. So I had this pseudo I am domesticated, which I actually wasn't. And I remember calling my mom and crying on the stairs. I was also not an idiot, but I didn't cry in private. I was like crying in the courtyard. And mommy, and all the washing lines are taken now. And now I'm sitting with this, and I didn't wake up early, and I didn't know I was supposed to wake up at 5 to do this. And it's a Sunday. Why am I waking up at 5? And I had a huge mouth. Of course, it was also exam time. I remember it was just such a culmination of things. And I remember there was this girl. I won't say her name. She's still my friend now. In fact, no Bantu. Yes, you. She said, Eshla Kaleli Washidi. Eshla Kaleli Washidi. And everybody caught on Kaleli Washidi. And I saw how I was so ill-equipped in comparison to these other kids because, I really did grow up with a helper all my life. And so that's when I decided to I need to
amp up.
Yeah, and I was 15 and I was in grade 9 and I said I can't be an adult that can't take care of herself. And so now I'm always evaluating my washing basket. If it's like I always keep it low as I can, because I know that once it's overwhelming, it's overwhelming.
Currently washing.
And so there is an importance. Maybe every kid needs to go through their breakdown and their meltdown. Either it's going to happen in boarding school, or it's going to happen in varsity, or it's going to happen when you move into your own place. But it does happen at some point when you aren't fully domesticated. But a child needs to be a child indeed, and it's not their responsibility to take care of your household as a mom. But there is a switch that needs to happen where they're becoming an adult and they are taking care of business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I guess for me, the switch that happened in varsity, I never had a ukulele washing because there was always a machine. So I never had the point where I had to hand wash. But I can tell you now, I do not hand wash. Even, a newborn, their clothes should be hand washed with sunlight green. I was like, not me. Delicate or the baby option. That's the most I can do. Hand wash, I get it again, So yeah. And then to speak to the point you made, one person said to this, please bring that up because personally I grew up in such a home set up where I didn't have to do anything. I'm doing my 4th year and I still don't know how to cook, and maintaining my room is to the extent I want. I still am not able to do that. So yeah, it is important. So yes, someone is saying, I grew up like that and I didn't like it. Like it's not working out for me, So it can really go either way.
Yeah, your
story can be different.
Even Michelle Obama says she in the White House made her kids do their own laundry.
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah, she says, no, I didn't want my kids to be these kids that go to varsity and they've never done laundry because they were living in the White House. They should know how to do their own laundry. So yeah, and there's somebody who says a nagi in the laundry kishap. You know what I mean? So we there's no rule of thumb.
Yeah.
Everybody's just got a story, but adulting needs to happen at some point. Whether you're, but I do agree definitely with the part of overwhelming somebody with household duties.
Yes, especially kids.
Yes, But in the same breath, what happens when you're an adult? I'm thinking of this scenario specifically. You're an adult, you're unemployed, you live in the house, like take a you. You were sitting, you were retrenched.
Yeah.
And now we obviously expect you to be the one doing the laundry.
Oh, thank God my family's not like that.
I think you've got a responsibility. We're feeding you.
No, they're not feeding me. I was fine.
Okay, but let's just say they were.
The only thing I can say, yes, you're expected to keep the house bare minimum clean. Yes. I mean, you had hope. Yes. That's the natural thing to do, But yeah, like I think it's home dependent.
It's home dependent.
Yeah, it's home dependent.
Because I have a friend that was in a similar situation with you, and she was getting annoyed that now they were expecting so... Sorry, I can't talk very much because I've got a makeup artist here.
Hey, makeup artist.
and you know, so she was like, you know, now they are over expecting, you know, what I'm supposed to do just because I'm unemployed. But I understood in the sense that she wasn't bringing in an income.
Yeah.
And now you expect us to pay 1,500 rand for somebody to come in.
Yeah.
When you're sitting doing nothing all day.
Yeah.
I understood where the family was coming from. You know, it is a basic life skill, cooking, cleaning, and it's not a girl thing.
No, it's not.
Even
I think
men.
that's an important thing to make. Even boy child.
You should be able to take care of yourself. You should be able to wash your body. You know, I need to sit your own backside, but you know.
No, my family was very sensitive to that scenario. They didn't want it to seem like that. Because of how your friend felt.
Yes.
So they didn't want to make me feel any type of way.
Yes.
Yeah. But I have to say, yes, there is an expectation if you're at home that you're expected to do certain basic things. Yeah.
Anyway, guys, Zama, I know you're not done, but we'll finish off camera. So you guys will see the full look in the very next episode. That was today's episode of the Conversation Capital. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Did you guys see we hit 40,000?
And Elireku did say what's well, we're going to reach it before we record.
This is amazing.
I was surprised.
It's crazy for me because last time we were celebrating 20,000. It's a month
Just
later.
a month.
And it's like, how did we double in a month? This is wild. Ugh, I love it though. Thank you so much for the support and love. Continue to like, share, and subscribe. For now though, can I also just say sorry, while we're bragging about our show. Vanessa, after she came on, her book sold out. She had to reprint.
Yes.
Like, any brands listening? For now though, goodbye and God bless.